Welcome to Short Cover Lit. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
We're here for a little bit of variety.
A little bit of variety.
Variety hour.
Variety hour, number 20. Apparently it's always number 20 from this point forward.
Yeah. We're still in the 20s, I'm sure.
We're in the 20s. I don't know what 20s we're in, but we're in the 20s.
The 20s.
This went downhill in a hurry. I thought
Yeah.
this is going to be a good variety hour. I'm like, oh shit, that's how we're starting?
I don't know.
What are you up to, Adrian? Anything interesting? Anything fun? Yeah.
No.
I fucked my hand up.
Did you?
I did. I won't go into details on how I fucked my hand. No, please don't. But I will let you know that this happened yesterday. It's been 26, 27 hours. It's still bleeding. It's swollen. It's red. A little discolored.
If you give me rabies,
Yeah.
I'm killing you.
I fucked something up, man. I probably need stitches. But
Yeah.
I can't afford stitches, so...
If you bite me,
Yeah.
they'll have to cut your head off to tell if you've got rabies.
Ooh, I've already fucked it up, so I can't really fuck it up much worse.
Yeah.
We should do like a we'll do it. Give yourself stitches. That would be fun. Not so much.
No.
So anyway,
Yeah.
went to St. Louis last week.
Okay.
Had a great fucking time.
Okay.
Went and saw Ludo. Not that give two shits.
No.
Amazing show. A lot of fun. It was a Halloween show. And they actually ended by doing a live cover of the Ghostbusters song, which
Yeah.
I can fucking appreciate. Stood in line afterwards. I got some merchandise. Got the hookup. Got to meet the band.
Did Ludo screw up your hand?
Ludo did not screw up my hand.
okay.
I did not get bitten by a rabid St. Louisian.
St. Louisian.
St. Louisian?
Yeah.
St. Louisian. Louisian sounds better. I like
okay.
it.
Okay.
But anyway, we had a good time. On the way down, we stopped at a winery.
On the way out.
On the way out to St.
Yeah.
Louis? You go down to St. Louis.
It's not south.
Yes, it is.
Not much south.
It's still south.
It's out to St. Louis.
Okay, so we went down to St. Louis, and we stopped at a winery on the drive down there, as we tend to do. I fucking love wineries. Just, gonna stretch our legs. Like, we'll pop in, we'll do a nice little wine tasting, stretch our legs, and, whatever. I found it. I found my wine.
Yeah.
And, like, holy shit, man. So it is a semi-dry red. It's got, like, a tobacco infused into it. It's smoky. It tastes like when you get a good rare steak and you have to dip the plate to drink the fucking juice that comes out of the steak. And, like, every vegetarian watching this just cringed. I'm sorry, Monse. But, oh my god. It tastes like steak juice. And, like, holy shit. It's a little more on the pricey end of, like, wine that I purchase, considering wine that I purchase is $2.69 a bottle.
Right.
Oh, my dear Christ.
Or a box.
Or a box, which is actually $2 a bottle when you do the math. I haven't done the price per glass, but I think I need to at this point.
Yeah.
We're in the nickels.
Yeah.
Nickels per glass. But holy shit, no, it's delicious.
Yeah?
You
You know what it was called?
I actually took a picture of it because I was so I'm like, oh. I just quietly
What?
took my phone out.
Say it again.
I just quietly took my phone out at the winery.
We gotta go back to that.
Up.
No. Do it again. It's not quite Hannibal Lecter, but it's like the hipster.
It's
Hannibal
the
Lecter.
Hipster Lecter? Yeah. But no, I took my phone out and they had this, tasting chart. And, I just took a picture of the fucking label because I'm like, you will appreciate this later when you remember it. But no, I have to find it now.
You'd already had wine when you tried it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's not going to taste good
Okay, well,
when you find it again.
it was probably wine 3 of the 8 wine tasting. So, I was nowhere near Schlitz. After 8 wine tastings, I'm nowhere near Schlitz. You only get a little bit.
Okay.
It's like the equivalent of drinking maybe a glass, maybe 2 of wine. It's
Okay.
nothing special, but when I taste it again and it doesn't taste like meat juice, I will, I'll let you know.
Okay.
My disappointment. Anyway, that's what I got. It was my weekend. Had a great fucking time. St. Louis is a shitty drive, but that's fine.
St. Louis is... I don't like St. Louis.
Yeah.
I lived there for a couple years. I don't like it.
I have one complaint. So...
Is it the highways?
No. So if you're familiar with the St. Louis area, or if you have this invention called the internet, you can kind of just Google. We went to a venue called The Pageant. Do you know where that is?
No.
Okay. Figured you wouldn't. There's parking meters outside. And, like, as I'm driving up to the pageant, looking at the line to get into the show, I'm like, oh my god, we're never going to find parking here. This is a shit show. They sold out both shows. Like, it's insane. A car leaves, and there's literally a parking spot in front of the venue. That doesn't happen. So I pull in, and they have this newfangled, you should put the coins in the meter.
Sure.
No, now there's a sign saying, this is your meter number. Download our app to register your card and spend your money. Yeah. So I download the app and register my card. And, like, it had a limit of 7 minutes that you could park there.
What?
What in the righteous fuck in any major city are you going to get done in 7 minutes in the downtown area?
Not a damn thing.
But I didn't know how to reverse it. So I spent like 4 cents on my credit card for 7 minutes of parking. And I fucking sat there.
Yeah.
Because I spent the money. This is my Adrian coming out. I'm like, I spent 4 cents on this. I'm going to smoke a cigarette here.
Yeah.
Paid for it. I'm going to enjoy my spot. And just smoked a cigarette, blew my cigarette at traffic as they were kind of staring at me as I'm like, is this guy going to fucking move? You can park here free on weekends. Doesn't he know that?
Just sat there with your foot on the brake.
I bet
So you had the lights on?
I bet you probably could have fucking parked there for free on weekends, and that's why it was.
That's why it was what?
That's why it only allowed you like for 7 minutes, because it's probably free parking on weekends. And that's like as low as they could list it. Because a lot of downtown areas you can park for free on the weekends.
I doubt it in St. Louis.
You think so?
Maybe I'm wrong. St. Louis considers themselves a much bigger city than Kansas City, and they're not.
Okay.
We have an NFL team. They do not.
They used to. They used to have this mythical team called the Rams, and they moved out west. You know, they're not going to do great out there.
Well, they're very good, but 10 people show up to their games.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So,
Anyway,
I don't know.
It was a great show. You would have hated it. Since it was a Halloween show, costumes were optional, so all the hipsters dressed up. It was fun.
God, what did you go as?
A homeless man, because I just wore what I was wearing that day.
Yeah.
I will say, though, after standing in line for like an hour and a half...
All you need really is a bandana.
Was I wearing a
At
bandana
any given
that
time,
day?
all you need is a bandana.
I was not wearing a bandana that day. I wear bandanas most days, though.
Do you?
Just not down here, because I know where that's going.
Yeah.
But no, like, I was standing in line for an hour and a half waiting for the doors to open, and, like, there's a very, very fancy restaurant called, like, the Moonrise or something right next to it, and I'm in front of it, I'm like, I really have to pee, and I don't know what, so I'm going to go into this restaurant, and I think they thought I was going to rob them.
Yeah.
Like, you think they'd be used to it since they were right next to a concert venue? No, they were uncomfortable with the fact that I'm like, can I use your bathroom? It's like, there's a corner over there. Just go away. But anyway, it was a great time. Good time was had by all.
They probably smelled the St. Joe on you.
It's just, why does this man smell like the North?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You go out to St. Louis. You don't go down to St. Louis.
Go down to St. Louis. It's South Missouri.
St. Louis?
Yes. What? St. Louis is South Missouri.
Okay.
Somebody tell me I'm wrong, but it's South Missouri.
Okay.
So anyway, that was my weekend.
I had a social interaction this week.
Oh my God.
Just one.
What'd you do?
I was at the gym, and I've been trying... What?
I realize, like, I'm the dotting mother now who's just like, oh,
Did you meet a man?
you met a nice girl? Tell me about it.
So, I'm making a concerted effort to switch things up. So I will notice machines at the gym that I have not used. I'm like, I'm using that next week. You know, I'm going to work it into whatever day I'm working.
It's a good thing to do.
So there's this very confusing looking leg machine that I'd never seen before. So I go down there and I'm sort of eyeing it out. And it's new-ish. And I did the international gym symbol for, are you using this? Mm-hmm. And the guy goes, no, that's all you. And I said something like, what did I say? I said something like, I have never used it before, so I figure I better give it the eye first, or something like that. So he comes over and he goes, well, you get up here like this, and he's showing me how to use it, and there's this lever, almost always, levers on workout machines, when you have to adjust them, you pull up. This one, you stand up on the machine, because it's for the legs, so you've got it resting on your shoulders. You push it down, And it's weighted, so it goes, and then you pull it to set it back.
Okay.
So I said, I am glad I watched you do this, because I definitely would have pulled that thing. And he goes, oh, you'd have just pissed yourself off. And it was interesting because I've seen this guy there before.
Okay.
And I don't believe in the whole alpha male, beta male thing, you know what I mean? But there are personality types.
Fair.
There are alpha type personalities, there are beta type personalities, there are sigma type personalities. And you can tell immediately this guy's an alpha type personality. I'm a sigma type personality. Do you know the differences?
Go on.
So they're similar, right? They're both self-motivated type individuals. They're both not afraid to speak their mind. But the alpha, so if we're putting them into sort of boxes, Captain America is an alpha.
Okay.
Wolverine is a sigma.
Okay. That makes sense.
Superman is an alpha. Batman is a sigma.
Okay.
So it was interesting because he said, has anybody ever told you you look exactly like Chris Paronto? Tonto Paronto, you ever heard of him?
Nope.
He was in the Benghazi, survived the Benghazi attack.
Okay.
So basically he's sitting there telling me, you look just like this alpha male. And I said, that's so weird, because I was going to ask you when you start filming for the Wolverine role, because he looks just like he's going to take over for Hugh Jackman.
Really?
Wolverine. Yes. He's jacked like that. He's got the beard, but he's got the chin shaved out. His hair kind of even comes out like that. And he goes, that's so weird. I get that all the time. But I'm sigma type, right? I keep to myself,
Yeah.
but I'm self-motivated.
Okay.
Right? And it was weird, this little moment where this alpha says, hey, you look like this alpha type personality. And a sigma type says, hey, you look like this sigma type personality.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that later, and I was thinking, it's so weird, that personality thing, because I even have to work out in a sigma type fashion.
Okay.
I have to give myself challenges that will suck. The sigma type has to suffer.
Gotta punish yourself.
The alpha type has to say, hey, I did real good, you know. Both of them will end up lifting heavy weights because the alpha type knows I'm getting stronger. The sigma type says, well, it didn't hurt. Put more on.
Okay.
My body even responds to it in that fashion. If I know you sort of have this image of Adrian as, well, we're going to do the 5 more this week than we did last week type thing. If you sit down and you really think about it, what does Adrian do? Adrian moves forward in leaps and bounds.
Fair.
And then he has to crash, right?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
So that my body even responds. Like, I started getting so much stronger when I stopped saying, well, I'll put 5 more pounds on this week. And I started saying, you know, that set didn't suck as much.
Just gonna go till it hurts.
I'm going to put 25s on each side and see if I can do it. And it's weird that even my body responds to that.
The only thing I can think of through this whole story is just thinking back to my gym days. Like you
YMCA?
The Y. No, you mentioned specifically like how each machine has like the instructions on it and you've got to do something different. And like every time I went to the gym, I used to go with a buddy who like knew what he was doing. So I'm like, all right, just follow him and pretend like we know what we're doing. But like the 1 or 2 time I went by myself, I'd go stare at a machine. I'm like, how the righteous fuck does this do? I'm the guy who like sits on the machine backwards and is like rowing like this, and they're like, "Oh God, no!" I'm like, what? Could you explain this to me? I'm like, "Sir, that's a fucking treadmill." Like, I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's never been my thing. I will say, working out at the gym, it's fun. I get the appeal. I understand it. I just don't want to do it. However, how do you feel about rock climbing?
I don't understand really. How do you mean like?
As exercise.
Literal rock climbing?
Not
or
like
going
outdoor, but like going
okay.
to the gym that has the rock climbing wall.
I'm not against it. I've just never been exposed to it, really.
Thinking about going to try it. You want to come with me? We'll do it. Rock climbing.
I think you are in more trouble than you care to recognize.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
Especially with your hand like it is.
Yeah, right now I'm doing no rock climbing. I literally can't open doors right now because I have to like pinch and like twist.
Pinch and twist.
It's bad, man. But
You bend and snap? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Anyway, well, we've been talking about going to try out one of the rock climbing gyms. Because rock climbing apparently has some kind of appeal that I don't understand. Because I don't fucking like heights.
Okay.
But I don't know. I know it is apparently an amazing workout. But
Well, here's the thing about a rock climbing type workout. When you do bench press, have you ever done bench press to the point where you got sore? Where were you sore?
like right up in...
Right up in there.
Yeah.
What about curls? You ever done curls to the point where you got sore? Where were you sore?
Right in here.
Doing something like rock climbing,
You're sore everywhere.
probably yes. But you will be sore in places that you had no idea muscles existed. That's the thing about something like rock climbing, is you're not using your biceps and your triceps and your chest. You're using this fucking muscle right here.
Yeah?
Between the bicep and the tricep. No one knows what that's called.
Can I-
You're using the serratus muscles. No one ever uses their serratus muscles in daily life.
Okay.
So you're going to be sore in all sorts of weird places.
Can I make you uncomfortable for a moment? I don't know if we've discussed this at any point
Are
in
you
time.
going to be pulling things out of your beard?
Is there something in my beard?
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
asking.
As far as I know, there's nothing in my beard, but I've
Okay.
been fooled before. Anyway, so in my youth, I have mentioned that I used to box a little bit, absolutely. I used to do competitive weightlifting.
Okay.
Have I told you that?
I believe you've mentioned
Okay.
it. I don't think you've ever told a story about
Yeah,
it.
it's just like a 13, 14-year-old Dalton, like coming into youth. Yeah, I did competitive weightlifting. I did snatch, did clean and jerk competitively. And yeah, I mean, I understand it. I actually enjoyed it. But as in anything, I did it, and I did it well. I'm like, all right, that was fun. Next project. How's the theater look? This sounds great. But yeah, that's all I got.
Where's the uncomfortable part? Where's the uncomfortable part of it?
It's always one of those things. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, Dalton doesn't do anything like this." I'm like, no, I used to like lift weights. I used to do competitive weightlifting. So like, it's just out of key, out of character. Like,
Why was that going to make me
I
uncomfortable?
don't know. It's bizarre. It's like you telling me like at one point in time you took a ballet class and you're just
I never
really
told you
dug
about
it.
that?
No, did you? I'm disappointed if you haven't. But anyway, I'm doing a little bit of something different this weekend. I am helping a friend out with a film project.
Okay.
And totally not plugging it right now. One of our, I guess we say mutual friend, and you know Jeremy as well. His name's Jeremy. Another friend of ours, Brian. They're starting...
Don't call Brian my friend.
That's fair. That's fair. You know he's watching this right now. He's like, oh,
No.
no.
Well, he says that regardless. That's a Brian thing to say.
He's totally going to see this now because, like, Jeremy watches wholeheartedly because, like, just the other day he tweeted, he's like, oh, look, Dalton just made a Jeremy voice. I'm
What
like,
was that? What's the Jeremy voice?
I didn't know I did a Jeremy voice, but, like, apparently I have one. But anyway, these two
I saw the tweet too, and I was curious. I was like, I don't remember that.
These two gentlemen are embarking on their own YouTube film project, which naturally they, got a little bit of experience in. So I'm going to help out with that. They're calling themselves Shake Shaft Cinema, which apparently is one of the possible original names of Shakespeare. And not to talk too much on their project, but we're going to be doing a lot of film work, short film, modern takes on Shakespeare classics.
We will eventually have clips to pass on from that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I wouldn't imagine they'd be uncomfortable with that. I will be doing a bit from King Lear, and we are filming that this weekend. And yeah, it should be fun. I'm a little excited to see how it goes. So they do have a fine YouTube, Shake Shaft Cinema. If you want, I'll see if we maybe can remember to put a link in this.
Yeah, I didn't know they had one established yet.
Yeah,
so sure.
I told them they will go ahead and get your channel up, get everything ready. So when you have your content, you're ready to export it to the channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely look into that. We'll see if we can get some clips of me embarrassing myself trying to act for the first time in years, and it'll be good times. Good times. And it might be interesting to see how people actually use cameras correctly. Like, I'm really excited about that, because, like, I'm pretty sure if anybody ever saw our camera setup, like, who knew how to, like, work cameras, disappointment. Any comment towards that?
Just you.
What?
Just you. Like so the tripod is set up this way. Like the point of the table should be, it's aimed at the middle of the camera.
Okay.
Not the middle of the tripod. The tripod's over here. The actual shaft of the tripod that's holding the camera is cranked this way.
Yep.
But the clamp that holds the camera is cranked so far that way to compensate. You've never noticed that?
No, I've never paid attention, to be honest. I do know there are like multiple microphones attached to the camera. There's one on top that's never actually used.
It's garbage.
We have no idea what the settings do. We just found one that kind of worked, and we're like, that's good.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at any point in time somebody came by and pushed buttons on it, we would lose the channel completely because we wouldn't know how to get it back.
No, absolutely not.
So,
We'd be toast.
Kind of interested to see, somebody actually knows what they're doing with camera work. We'll see.
But any time that we are slightly off center,
It's my fault.
it is, well, no, Dalton, I'll say, are we centered? And Dalton will say, no, just a second. And instead of me moving the table just a little bit, he'll try to crank the camera, but it'll go, and then he's got to, well,
Get back over a little bit. Get back over. The worst part is my good button pushing hands a little messed up right now. So like I keep poking at the record button, and I'm afraid I'm gonna knock it off kilter. So like, if the videos are screwed up this week, my bad.
Yeah.
So yeah. What?
It's just, it is a cavalcade of calamity working with Salty Dalty.
Like wholeheartedly, and like we mention this all the time, like our opposing characteristics and our opposing personalities, and the way that we set this show up. This should not work ever. No. Nothing is right about this, but somehow it always seems to go through most days.
Yeah.
Until I forget to upload certain videos until 11 p.m. at night because I fucked up.
And I was so... Well, here's the thing. I don't even want to go into the thing because I'm so angry. And me going into the thing will just
make you more angry.
Make me more angry.
And then I'll have to smoke alone in between takes, and it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand sometimes.
There is good news, though. That in the spiraling downfall that is Dalton, usually when the shit starts going really bad, when it finally evens out, there's at least going to be one damn good week where I get a lot of shit done.
I am yet to witness this.
Before the next spiral happens, because it's coming. Something's going to break. My hand's going to get infected. We're going to film from the hospital room.
I'll just lop that son of a bitch off here.
No, I'd be all about filming in the hospital room. Just be like, welcome to Strip Cover Lit, and just like cut over to
I'm
me.
Adrian Fort.
I'm Adrian Fort. I'm on morphine. Can't feel a damn thing.
I'm here with Morphine Gentry.
Morphine Gentry. That sounds like a cocktail at a bad hipster bar. I'll have the Morphine Gentry.
No, it sounds like a person that started a disease like Typhoid Mary. It's...
You're Barry Mary, let me tell you.
You lost that video.
I lost that video. That video was such gold. Anyway, there was a bar in St. Joseph that before they opened, they were taking donations, kind of like a crowdfunding thing to, just get on their feet, which is fine. It's a good idea, especially if you're starting a business. But if you donated X amount, and it wasn't a steep amount, it was like $100, they'd name a cocktail after you. And I sat around and stared at my finances for weeks. It's been like, you could afford it. You could afford to have that cocktail named after you. I don't know what the fuck would be in
a Salty Dalty?
A Morphine Gentry, but you could make it. I chose not to, and I'm a little upset by that. It's the only time responsibility has taken over in my life, and I decided $100 on having a cocktail named after you at a bar that you don't know is going to be successful. It's not a good idea. Fun fact, they're still there, though.
You could have given plasma twice and had that money.
And have you seen my sweet plasma scars? I have holes in my arm now. Probably for the rest of forever.
When did you give plasma? Did you give or sell?
Sell?
Yeah.
You don't give things away you're good at. You charge for that. I'm really good at giving away my bodily fluids and organs.
I'm really good at producing bodily fluids.
No, I don't remember when I did that last, but it's been a considerable period of time, and you can totally still see scars from it.
Where?
You don't see those huge spots in my arm that make me look like a meth addict? You just assumed it was meth.
No, you're overreacting again.
Am I?
Yeah.
You don't see those? They're huge.
Anytime you have to question whether or not someone sees a scar, it is not huge.
It is huge.
Your hand, you'll probably have some nice scars on it.
So I went to help with a theater production earlier this week. Just helping out, doing good thing. I'm trying to direct this kid and trying to get him on the right path. Find his character, get in the moment, and proving wholeheartedly he's not listening to me. He just goes, "Why are you blinking like that?" And, like, I'm so self-conscious about these sweet plasma scars. I'm like, because I'm out of my fix. Now listen to me. It'll be fine.
You want to go home tonight or not?
Oh, this is my life now. I'm really impressed that no one at my new job has questioned it. Like, when I started working at the prison, like, everybody was just like, oh.
Did you get out of your cell, boy?
Oh. You've been shooting up that methamphetamine, young man. You look a little twitchy today. I'm like, no, that's just my face. It's fine. I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah, sometimes I regret you.
Yeah. It's good to know. It's good to know.
What else is there to be communicated?
I don't know, like, honestly, and this has nothing to do with Variety Hour, but, like, it's just on my mind. I've been staring at your boxes of salad that are, on your floor over there in a nice, neat little stack. And how long have they been there?
A couple days.
Okay. What? Do you go through that much fucking salad?
In his natural habitat, wild Adrian consumes roughly 3 pounds of roughage a week.
Because, like, the boxes are always there, but, like, they're just a little more full than they normally are.
Yeah, I went out a couple times last week and got some Perkins.
Like, I wholeheartedly will buy a box that size and end up throwing half of it out.
I don't normally.
Because, like, I like a good salad now and then, and I'll have one. I'm like, that's fucking delicious. And the next day I'm like, I never fucking want salad again.
Really?
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. It is a spring mix salad.
Just need a little variety in my life.
That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. For Variety Hour. I think we can end on that. That's about as good as it's going to get.
It's not going to come back
It
around
ain't getting any better than that. You want to end us out there, Adrian?
You send us out, Dalton.
If you like this kind of thing. I'm ashamed at that transition, but still very proud of it.
Yeah, you're weird this week.
I'm
it the
a
tie-dye?
little hyped up again. So I just
Get some caffeine in your veins?
I just got off a 10-hour shift and came down here to film, and it is now like almost midnight. And like, not gonna lie, I prepared today because I've always been so fucking tired lately. Because I get down here after work and I'm tired. I knew I had a long shift, so I drank coffee all fucking day. I made coffee before I left. I am losing it. I don't remember eating today. I had lunch. I had a cup noodle.
Cup of noodle?
Yeah, it's the standard where I work.
Cup-o noodle?
Yeah, I bring it in the cup because I'm the fancy one. But anyway, if you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to us here on Strip Cover Lit. We do Variety Hour every Thursday, in addition to some literary reviews that we pepper in there every now and then. You might take a quick look at those. And if you want to help us continue to make great content like this here on Strip Cover Lit, there's a link, as always, to be found in our Patreon in the description below.
To our Patreon.
Yeah, I screwed that up. You know what I meant. Did I turn that fucking camera on? God fucking hell. 9 times out of 10, I think it and I don't check and it's always fine, but okay. Shut the fuck up. You can put that in the end if you want.